worldwide. Today we are going to talk about a topic from community health and medical social work. I think you are well aware about IEC activities, information, education and communication activities related to pandemic, especially COVID-19. Today we are going to speak about the theoretical aspects of health education. Okay. So I will focus on the introduction, concept of health education, definition, models of health education, objectives of health education. Then we will also discuss about the principles, approaches, medias of health education, and also role of social worker and health personnel in health education. So let's begin with the class. So generally speaking, what is health education? It's about dissemination of information pertaining to health. Okay. So which could focus on disease prevention. Mainly it focuses on all these aspects like disease prevention, promotion of health and restoration of health. Okay, so what are the different components we will cover under health education, or different areas we are going to focus in health education? Is about human biology, nutrition. We give health education on hygiene, right? Family health, mental health, disease prevention, use of health services, and also prevention of accidents. Okay, so these are the different areas where health education is usually implemented for. Okay, or the policies are executed in these areas. Okay. Third, the definition of health education according to Alma Ata Declaration in 1978. Health education is a process aimed at encouraging people, means motivating people to want to be healthy, or you are motivating them to adopt healthy behavior, to know how to stay healthy, or you are creating awareness about healthy behavior among people, to do what they can do individually and collectively, or we are helping them to adopt healthy behavior in two approaches. What are the two approaches? It's being mentioned in the definition itself: individual approach and group approach. Okay, that is individually and collectively to maintain health and also to seek help when needed. What do you mean by seeking help? Utilizing the available health services. Okay, so this is how we can define health education. This is the definition according to Alma Ata Declaration 1978. Okay, now let's look at the concept of health education. So historical concept or traditional concept emphasized on modification of individual behavior or bringing changes in individual behavior through disseminating health information. Okay, modification of individual behavior. You can call it as persuasion. Okay, so changing an attitude or changing the attitude of an individual towards health and disease prevention. So that was the main focus in the traditional concept, and here you can see Alma Ata Declaration, which was adopted in 1978. It is very important point. Okay, so Alma Ata Declaration 1978. According to this, so there was like lot of changes in the concept of health education. So this concept was changed into different modern concepts like from disease prevention to concept of health education was disease prevention. So it has been changed to promotion of healthy lifestyles. Promotion of healthy lifestyles. Okay. Next one is like, that is number one change. Second shift is about modification of individual behavior. It was according to the traditional concept. Okay. Modification of individual behavior. So from individual behavior to modification of social environment. Okay. To modification of social environment. Okay, so that's about the next change. Okay, come to the third one. According to the traditional concept, it was about community participation. Okay, so this community participation has been shifted to community involvement and self-reliance. Community involvement and self-reliance. Okay, so this is about the changing concept of health education. So here we need to remember the vital role of Alma Ata Declaration, which was adopted in 1978. Speaking about models of health education, the term model implies set of technique that is being executed for effective health education. So there are three models of health education like medical model, motivation model and social intervention model. Okay. So if you look at medical model, it's ultimately pertaining to healthcare system or role of hospitals and healthcare facilities, including role of technological advancement in medical scenario, okay, or in medical science. Okay, so we'll just list out the components here. Role of hospitals, healthcare facilities, okay, technological advancement, and even diagnosis of the disease, right, and treatment. Okay, so all these are different components which comes under medical model. Okay, so come to motivation model. You can remember here a keyword that's called AMA, that is awareness, motivation, action. Okay, so once an individual is being aware about health information, so what is the second step? He will be motivated to follow the protocol or the procedures, right? So then he take a necessary action to prevent a disease or to promote a healthy lifestyle. Okay, so here you need to remember certain components that contribute for motivation model. Number one, an individual should possess interest. Okay, unless and until an individual possesses interest to listen to health information, right, he will not be able to follow certain techniques or positive healthy behavior. Okay, that is why role of mass media play an important role. They create health information in a very interesting way so that people will listen to that, and it is ultimately helping for persuasion, means changing the attitude of people towards healthy behavior. Okay, so that's about interest. And the second one is about once they start interest to follow something, they evaluate it, evaluation. Okay, so once evaluation is over, what an individual try to do? Individual try to make a decision. Okay, he makes the decision, especially see this decision making in health scenario is more valuable in family planning counseling, right? Or you will make the patient or the client to take necessary action or necessary decisions. For example, in genetic counseling, so decision making play a very important role in very specific, to carry out specific interventions, correct? So that's about decision making. And what happens after decision making here? Interest, evaluation, decision making, and now ultimately the person will be able to adopt the situation. Okay, so adopting the protocol or the healthy behavior, or he will be able to accept it, acceptance. Okay, you can even correlate with the pandemic interventions, health education interventions, what the country has adopted, right? So first we had an interest, we were aware about it, then we were motivated to follow that, then ultimately we have taken the decision of hand hygiene and also wearing masks, social distancing, likewise. So these are the different components that contributes for motivation model. And coming to the last model is social intervention model. Okay, what do you mean by social intervention model? See, when you talk about health education, it's not about only individuals' responsibility to adopt healthy behavior. Okay, even there is a huge part of social responsibility. So it includes social intervention model is all about social activities or changing societal attitude, positive societal attitude, changing attitude of society also would promote healthy behavior. Got it? And like you can say support system. If a group of people are following things like in a proper way, ultimately an individual is motivated to follow the same thing. Okay, so that's about role of group behavior. Okay, so come to this model, social intervention model. Campaigns and all play a very important role in social intervention model. Okay, so that's about the models: medical model, motivation model, and social intervention models of health education. Right, now we are going to talk about principles of health education. Before listing down the principles of health education, as we know that health education process is like a chain, right? So it starts with an individual, right? Or health education starts with an individual, then family, then society, then community, and to the nation. Okay, so that's how we can say that the chain of health education. And it's not only including the common people in the society, but also health education is applied for healthcare personals. Healthcare personals right? Okay, and do you think that health education is focusing only on knowledge? No, health education is always a comprehensive process. Always I repeat in my classes, right? In learning objectives and all, you might have remembered the different domains, right, of learning. So health education also will focus on all these three domains of learning. That's about KSA. Hope you can recollect what is KSA: knowledge, skill, attitude. Knowledge, skill, attitude. Okay, so according to Bloom's taxonomy, we call it as cognitive domain, cognitive domain, and affective domain. Okay, so these all domains are related to all these domains are covered by means of health education. Okay, so now we will go to the principles of health education. Hope this is clear for everyone. Okay, so towards the end we are going to speak about the principles of health education. Principles are all about universally accepted rules and regulations. Okay, so first and foremost principle what we follow in health education is about genuineness, or trustworthiness of the information. Okay, so whatever information you give to people, it should be trustworthy, and we need to give truthful information to public. Okay, so that's about credibility. Principle of credibility. Okay, credibility. And the second one is like, see, every time when you start giving health education, even in the hospitals or the social scenario, you become a teacher. So how do you make your teaching more accessible to people, or more attractive to people? When you create interest in your learners, right? So that is also the second principle of health education, principle of interest. Okay. For example, we can even use audiovisual aids, or different methods like social drama or role playing, even in community areas and all. So that is like, moreover, you can see that related to this pandemic outbreak, there are lots of creative advertisement or creative health education campaigns are happening, right? So that's about according to the interest. Okay, come to the third one is like, motivation is one of the principles to be followed in health education. Motivation is a psychological process to awaken the interest among the learners. Okay, so you need to awaken the desire to learn, or the desire to be awakened among the learners. So that is how motivation is very important. So you need to motivate them by means of encouraging them or appreciating their positive healthy behavior, etc. That's about motivation. And come to the fourth principle is about community involvement. As I have told you about, involvement is one of the main ingredient in health education, right? So if you don't involve your audience or your target group, your health education will not be giving you a productive result. So that's called participation. So how do you make this participation, or how do you promote participation? By means of encouraging them, right? So that's about participation, and you need to make sure that health education is available to everyone, accessible to everyone. Okay, so that's very important. That's called as participation, principle of participation. And come to fifth principle is about learning by doing. Learning by doing. Okay, so learning by doing is actually adopted from a Chinese proverb. I think you remember this. If I hear, I forget. If I see, I remember. If I do, I know. Okay, so learning by doing is all about demonstrating. Like, for example, if you want to talk about hand hygiene, talking about hand hygiene will not help the audience. You have to demonstrate the steps of hand hygiene, right? Irrespective of the scenario where you are visiting, in a rural or urban area. So that we are doing. So that's an example of learning by doing. Okay, and come to the sixth principle of health education is known to unknown. Known to unknown. Okay, what do you mean by known to unknown? Again, I can connect with your education subject. It's about maxims of teaching what we are following, like general to specific, it's easy to difficult, right? Known to unknown, right? So there are lots of maxims of teaching. Same way, see, people may have some knowledge about the topic, right? So what we need to do is, like, we will assess their knowledge, like we'll put a question to them, then we'll start teaching them, right? In a non-judgmental way. I feel like, in teaching a classroom is like strictly judgmental, and you can even motivate the child in a very positive and negative way, I believe, as a teacher. But in health education campaigns, we need to motivate them in the right attitude, and that's called as known to unknown. Okay, so that's about one of the principles of health education. So the next principle of health education is all about, repeating the information. Sometimes, you are giving a new information to the public, they'll not be able to follow it all of a sudden, or they'll not be able to adopt it very easily, right? So what is important in health education is you need to repeat the important information. Okay, so that's called as reinforcement. Okay, So the seventh principle of health education is called reinforcement. Reinforcement, repeatedly, emphasizing on the key words or key points of health education. That's called as reinforcement. And come to the eighth principle of health education is about good human relations. Okay, good human relations. What do you mean by good human relations? Here it's all about professional relationship, and I would say it is like IPR. Okay, you have to maintain a good rapport with your audience. Okay, so when you interact with them in their according to their language and their understanding level on and their culture, so your health education process would be much more easier. Okay, so that's about good human relations. Okay, come to the ninth principle is about comprehension. Comprehension. Okay, what do you mean by comprehension here? Considering the level of understanding, language, cultural barriers, etc., and giving them effective health education is called as comprehension. As I have told you, the health education will focus on all the three domains like knowledge, skill, and attitude. So that also comes under comprehension principle of health education. Okay. Come to the 10th one is about, there is always a leader in a good teacher. So who is going to lead health education campaign? The health educator. So you need to have ability to influence people to follow you, or you need to develop an ability to convince others to follow healthy behavior. So that is mandatory here. So that's called as leadership. Okay. So leadership. So leadership is also considered as one of the most important principles of health education. Okay. Most importantly, when you teach something to the students, or when you speak about health information among the audience, very often we do have to space examples, or you need to set examples for that. Okay, so setting an example is also considered as one of the principles of setting an example. Would also considered as one of the principles of health education. Okay, so what happens is when you set an example to the audience, they get encouraged, they get motivated to follow. Okay, so we follow this actually in family planning counseling and all. Setting an example is very important, right? So likewise, setting an example is easy, it is applied even for female, promoting girls' education, etc. So lots of campaigns you are seeing, right? So that's about setting an example. Come to the 12th one is like, do you think that we need to appreciate evaluation technique in health education? Yes, we do have to evaluate them. So we will not have to ask them theoretical questions and all, but still we will ask their suggestions, and we can, towards the end of our session, we can discuss with the audience. Okay, so likewise, what is important here is feedback is also considered as the principle for health education. Okay, so the 12th principle of health education is about feedback. Feedback by means of evaluating them, or conducting a discussion after your session, or interacting with them directly or indirectly, etc. So these are all the different principles of health education. Hope this class is clear for everyone. So next session of health education class would focus on approaches, medias, role of social workers and health personas in health education. Okay, so thank you so much for watching. Bye bye.